Hey, FutureAI here, back with another video diving into the newest leaks around GPT-6. And today, we need to talk about something that could completely change how you work, study, and get things done. Recent internal information and several developer leaks point toward GPT-6 becoming far more than just a chatbot. According to what's circulating right now, GPT-6 is shaping up to be a fully autonomous digital agent, capable of planning tasks, breaking them down into smaller actions, managing long workflows, and finishing complex projects from start to finish. In other words, GPT-6 might work more like a digital employee than the assistant we have today. The biggest shift people are talking about is something called hierarchical action modeling. Instead of GPT just responding to prompts, GPT-6 seems to be built to understand long-term goals, then automatically generate sub-goals, task lists, research paths, and execution steps. If you tell GPT-6 something like, "Prepare my travel plan for Berlin next month," it won't just give you a short list. It could evaluate flight prices over time, check ideal dates, search hotel options, compare transport routes, consider your preferences from past interactions, and then deliver a fully assembled plan with everything optimized. And this is where the leaks get even more interesting, because developers have found references to what looks like a brand new task loop system inside unreleased OpenAI builds. This system appears to let GPT-6 continuously evaluate whether it's moving closer to your goal, whether new information changes the plan, and whether it should adjust its strategy. Imagine telling your AI, "Research the best laptop for video editing under $1,500, compare options, narrow it down to the top 2, and write me a short buying guide." GPT-6 would not only do the research, it would also validate sources, revisit outdated comparisons, recalc performance values if new products drop, and refine everything automatically. The big idea here is that GPT-6 is expected to understand tasks the way humans do, as long, multi-step workflows where decisions depend on previous steps. Another leak that connects directly to productivity is the emerging role of cross-modal memory. This is a rumored memory system that doesn't only store text, but also images, screenshots, PDFs, and audio you've shown the model over time. Picture this. You upload a screenshot of your calendar, a picture of your messy desk, a PDF syllabus from university, and some project instructions from work. GPT-6 could combine all of that into a single persistent memory layer and then generate a long-term plan that fits your life, your deadlines, and even your habits. So if you say, "Create a weekly schedule with 8 hours of content work, 3 gym sessions, and 2 evenings fully free," GPT-6 could integrate everything and produce a plan that actually makes sense for you. One of the biggest limitations in current AI systems is that they forget context after a while. But the new GPT-6 memory architecture is rumored to keep your preferences, style, goals, and tasks available permanently until you tell it to forget them. That aligns perfectly with the idea of GPT-6 being a long-term agent rather than a one-shot problem solver. And honestly, if that's true, we're looking at AI becoming something like your personal project manager. You could tell it to track your monthly expenses, help you organize school assignments, monitor deadlines, or even remind you to drink more water. And the crazy part is that GPT-6 wouldn't just remind you. It could take the initiative, update your plans, rewrite your tasks, and keep everything running in the background. Another interesting leak talks about what insiders are calling goal-driven task loops. This is basically GPT-6 stepping through tasks like a human, checking progress, detecting mistakes, correcting its own output, and rerunning steps until everything matches the final goal. Let's say you're working on your thesis or preparing a big presentation. You could tell GPT-6, "Prepare a full outline, gather sources, summarize the key arguments, and create a slide deck." Instead of doing each part separately, GPT-6 would treat your request as a complete workflow. It might check whether the structure fits academic standards, verify whether the slides match the outline, and update the text whenever a new source becomes available. This isn't just writing text anymore. This is full autonomous project execution. We're also seeing evidence of something that looks like a self-correction layer. This could mean that GPT-6 tests its own results before giving them to you. For example, if you asked for a Python script, GPT-6 might run internal logic checks, detect errors, rewrite parts of the script, and only deliver the final working version. If you ask for a workout plan, it could check whether the volume matches your past routines and adjust it automatically. If you ask for an email draft, it might compare it to your previous emails and adjust the tone to match your style. This is the kind of internal self-review that makes GPT-6 feel more like a digital coworker than a tool. Another rumor coming from people familiar with early versions is that GPT-6 could manage multiple tasks at once using a system of parallel planning threads. That means it could research your vacation, analyze your homework, and update your weekly schedule all at the same time. Instead of waiting for one task to finish, GPT-6 could juggle multiple workflows efficiently, switching between them like a real assistant would. This has massive implications for productivity because it means your AI could keep working in the background even when you're focused on something else. The last point that's been heating up online is the idea of personalized long-term agency. GPT-6 might have the ability to learn from your routines over time. If you're someone who always procrastinates a day before a deadline, GPT-6 could adjust your schedule early. If you tend to forget appointments, it could warn you ahead of time. If you usually write scripts in a certain style, GPT-6 might start generating drafts that match your voice automatically. Think of it like an AI that doesn't just follow orders, but also understands what you need before you even say it. If these leaks are real, then GPT-6 won't just make us faster. It will change how people work entirely. Instead of switching between dozens of apps and tools, you would have one system that manages your tasks, predicts your needs, and helps you stay on track with long-term goals. And when you connect all of this with real-time memory, self-correction, planning loops, and multi-step execution, it becomes clear that GPT-6 could be the first mainstream AI that behaves less like software and more like a personal worker. And as we wait for official announcements, one thing is already certain: autonomous agents are the next big step in AI. And GPT-6 might be the model that finally brings this vision to life. So yeah, these are all the latest pieces of information we have right now about GPT-6 and how it could evolve into a true autonomous productivity agent. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and sub, and drop a comment with your thoughts or questions. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.